Alright, we're back. My phone cut off because it was so hot. I'm charging my phone. I got to get my cards and try to remember where we were. But thank you for coming back to Porch Talk. So I've been trying to record this one video for a while, and it's been so hot here. It's been impossible. So I actually had to move under the porch because my phone is overheating. So, the last one that we did was Beautiful Soul. So again, welcome back to Porch Talk, and please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate any comments that you leave me. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. There you go. That's a little bit better. I feel a lot cooler under here. It was nice this morning, but then I'm going to close my door a little bit. My music's a little loud. Alright, sorry about that. And those who know me, you know I don't edit, I don't do any of that crap. I'm straight up shooter. I just cut a video and there we go, you know. So I take drinks, I cough, you know, whatever. It's just part of life. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll chop this up in little, you know, shorts and things like that. But yeah, thank you for joining. Come visit me every day. I do new talks and put new content out every single day. And I need your subscriptions. My channel's doing really, really good, but I need more subscriptions in order to get monetized. So that would be a very nice thing to get monetized. So anyway, I'm gonna just carry on, and let me see if this one, it says, you are the light, you are a guiding light with radiance and warmth. I think we already did this one, but I feel it's really important, you know, that when you meet somebody and they're warm and inviting, and you know, and they're showing people their light, and it says with radiant warmth. When people share that, that's a very vulnerable thing in this world, to share that. People think you got to be hard, and you know, and so I'm not. I share my light with everybody, and that's what I'm here to do. You know, I'm not going to shrink. I'm here to be a joy and a gift to the world. God gave me life. He gave me the gift of life. He gave me the gift of today. So it's my job to, oh yeah, it's my job to share that with y'all. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, why be here? You know, really. My cute little fan, got it at Ollie's for $5. So worth it. So worth it. But yeah, so you know, when somebody is a light and they're just, you know, beaming their gifts out for everybody, make sure you tell them, you know. And it's just encouragement. People will do that more and be less afraid. People will be less afraid to, you know, to share that with people. Because a lot of people think if you do that, you're weak. And it's just not true. In fact, I think it's exactly the opposite. I think shrinking to suit what everybody says that you should be doing, I think that's weak. Really, honestly. I'm going to put my camera up just a tiny bit more. There you go. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. But yeah, I think, you know, putting yourself out there, as they said, and being honest is really hard for people. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. In fact, you know, that's what I live to do. I live to lift people up. It's my deal. This one says, your joy, you are a source of joy with pure happiness. I hope if anybody remembers me for anything, that it's this. Not all the things I've done, but the fact that I'm joyful. People ask me, are you really this happy? I have to convince people that I am, that I'm not, that I'm not faking, or I'm not being insincere or anything like that. People are not used to seeing that, and I want everyone to see it. Everyone to see it. And I tell people where I got it from. You know where I got it from? I got it from my life experience, and I got it from God. Yep. And through God's mercy and allowing me to be able to heal and become a whole person. I'm not perfect. striving to be perfect, I think we should strive to be better. That's what my friend Giovanni says, and it's absolutely correct. I mean, I think that we can try, to, so sorry, it's so hot. I think that we can strive to become better every day. Will we be perfect? I don't know. We can try, we can strive, but I think setting that as your only goal is, a big mistake. I think we should just strive to be better. And this one says, you are peace, you're calm and serene with a tranquil heart. So when, pardon me, the crap is hitting the fan, yeah, I'm not one of those who goes and freaks out, and I'm the person, I am a solution finder. That's what I believe. I believe in finding solutions and not playing into the drama of the world and thinking, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No, let's find a solution. Everything's fine. This is just a second and it's going to pass. So, that's the thing. Don't let crap wreck your day. Find a solution, do it, fix it, move on. Bada bing, bada boom. We're done, right? Don't waste your precious time. Remember, time is a commodity you can't get back. Don't give that to stress and fear. It's not going to do you any good. So put your efforts where they are on the solution. Move on. Boom. So I love this one. It says, you are grace. You're elegant and kind with refined beauty. So this is what I would like to be reminded of too. I think I'm elegant. But, I try to give people grace. I try to, like I say, lift people up. I try to, be there looking for that place that people need kindness, or they need, a attaboy or attagirl, or, stuff like that. I think it's super important to be, people's cheer team, really. World can be a lonely, big place. You can feel really alone and devalued and so many things, and don't let that happen, and for those of us, outsiders of people's lives, be part of the cheerleading team. Be part of God's cheerleading team. Yeah, that's what we're here for. So the next one is, you are courage. You are brave and resilient with fearless spirit. So if you know somebody, who's going through a moment and they have proven that they are fearless. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sweaty underneath my hat. But, braveness and resilience, bouncing back, to situations, and you can see that these people are trying. A lot of people, they'll just lay down and they'll cry mercy and uncle and everything else. But it's the ones that I admire that scrape it off, and they get up and they move forward and they don't look back. Now, sometimes you do have to look back, but for the most part, cannot let your past consume you. You have to be resilient. You have to have the courage to move forward. And believe you me, it's a lot easier to just go, no big deal. It's hard to have courage to face, to face what you're going through, to face your past, to face your demons, as they call it. Very hard. So for those people who are resilient that I've seen do that, man, I'm all about attaboy or attagirl with those people, and they deserve it. I admire people who are tackling their ghosts and their bones rattling in their closets, so that they can be healthy, happy people moving forward. And they don't live in their sorrow and their fear of that happening again. Just, that's such a waste of special time that God gives us. This one says, you are special. You're one of a kind with unique beauty. So every single one of us is beautiful. and we're unique, and we're special. God made us like that. He made us all different. What a wonderful thing. And you know what? A lot of people are made to feel ugly. A lot of people, if they don't look like, what people say beautiful is, then you're considered ugly. Being old is ugly. Being, if you have a handicap, it's ugly. My teeth, look, oh my God, I have teeth that aren't perfect. They're straight, but they're, is that ugly? I don't think so. But a lot of people would consider that ugly. But yeah, you shouldn't be looking at people's flaws. You need to look at their spirit. You need to look, what's on the inside. I just recently had somebody ask, what is it that you find attractive about me? And I told them, I said, it's, sure, you're handsome, and I love that, but it's the thing that I find most attractive in somebody is their soul and their shine, their light that they shine. I love that. I love that. And normally those are the people that I make really good connections with, because that's who I am. I don't want plastic. I don't want fake. I don't want disingenuous. I want real. I want somebody who's real and who's showing me who they really are and is not afraid. Living in fear, not good. Not good. But that being that beautiful soul on the inside, that's what makes you special. And as we mature, your light, your beauty should be shining out from you like rays of light. Because your beauty fades. I'm 65 and I think I still look pretty decent for 65. I work hard at it though. I exercise. I do, good nutrition, all that. And I lost 148 pounds, and I'm making sure that I'm going to be around for another 40 years at least. I know my children are really excited about that. But if I live, I want to be in good health. I don't want anybody pushing me around. I don't want anybody, I don't want to be in a walker. I don't want to be a cane, wheelchair, none of that. Now, that's, who knows if that's going to happen to me or not, but not if I have a say-so in it, right? So, but everybody's beautiful, everybody's special. We just need to respect that God made that person just like they are, for whatever reason they are, and that we need to love them exactly where they come from, right? This one says, beautiful smile. Your smile brings joy with radiant happiness. This is another card. I want to be my motto, smiling. One of my most favorite things is saying, smile. It increases your face value. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's really, really special. And I think it's a piece of us that we give to people. So make sure that you're smiling. Make sure that you spread your joy. People appreciate it and they love it. They do. So again, beautiful smile. Your soul brings joy. Make sure that you're spreading that, okay? I don't know why they have this misspelled, but it's you matter. You're valued and cherished with deep care. They have it misspelled, matters. But yeah, let people know that you value them and their contribution, and that they're cherished. I tell my friend all the time, I cherish your friendship. I cherish your presence in my life. That to me is just so important, to let people know that you love, that you cherish them. Not just, I like you, you're my BFF. No. There's people I cherish what they add to my life. You need to let people know that. You need to share that with them, because a lot of times people don't know that they're adding value to anybody's life. And, I just think it's really important that people know that they matter, so let people know. And it says your story, you're unique and special with beautiful purpose. So remember, everybody has a story. Everybody has their what's happened to them, things they're growing up with, all kind of stuff. Respect that. You know, if you can help somebody, help them. You know, don't do the work for them. You don't want to do that. But help people if you can. Super important. Because you have your story and you have your journey, just like I do. And, you know, my story left undone, shoved in a closet like I probably would have done, would have been a real tragedy for me. There's a lot of people that want to do that, you know. So just remember to try to reach out to people. And remember that people are all, we're created uniquely and specially, you know, by God. Each one of us is different. We have different fingerprints, different life stories. So, you know, have mercy on people. You know, just to have mercy on people. You know, you're going to know who you can love close and who you can love from afar. You're going to know who's going to, you know, who you need to keep distance from, who's going to burn you when you get involved with them. You know, but it doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to, you know, offer a hand. And people will reveal themselves to you. And if it's something you don't want to see, so like negative stuff, no, you ain't coming up in here. I'll give you some advice, but you're not coming up in Cheryl's world and spreading that stuff around. But anyway, so I only have 2 more cards after this one. So this one says, you deserve, you're worthy of joy with unconditional love. So, yes, tell people you love them. People think they don't deserve to be loved, but they don't deserve to be taken care of, to be held, to do nice things for, because they've been made to feel that they don't matter. And I'm a very giving person. You come over to my house, I'm probably going to cook for you. I probably will make a gift for you because I want to spread my joy. And when you leave my house, I really, really, really want you to have something that you're going to say, what a nice thing to remember, you know. And, you know, I think it's just something to carry with them so they can say that she really cares about me. She really cares about people. I just think that's so special. And it makes me sad that there's people that deny your kindness. And you don't want to be pushy, but you know, some people are just not used to being treated well. And it breaks my heart. And you know, and it took me a long time, I guess, to get there too as well. But, you know, I love people. I'm going to be good to you if I know you and you're going to come into my home. I'm going to treat you like a king or a queen. I really do. And when you come here, mi casa es tu casa. And we're going to laugh, we're going to joke, we're going to have fun. You know, we may have serious talks, don't know. But, yeah, be good to people. Just small things. Small things. You know, and doing small things for people doesn't mean that you're indebted to them. And it doesn't mean that they owe you anything back. You know, sometimes I just, like I say, will make something or, you know, whatever, and just do it because I love that person. Because I want that person to consume a dessert or a hug or, you know, rub their back or a kiss on the cheek or stuff like that, just to say, I love you and I care about you and you mean something to me. And even though nobody in your life has ever told you you don't mean anything to them, or you're in a spot where you feel like, you know, people that you've been unloved, doesn't mean there aren't people out there who will love you and take care of you. And you know, you just have to allow it. You have to know that you deserve that love. Yes. Yeah. This one, I think I've already done it. It says you are healed and you're healing with strength and with gentle hope. I believe that we have talked about this, but it never hurts to talk again about it. You know, to heal yourself. Work on yourself. Get you time. Get alone time. Don't be influenced by the world. Get your crap together. And then once you do that, you get a little of that under your belt, and you can start to mentor people and to say, oh, it's not that bad. or don't use negative talk, or yes, you deserve to be loved. I'm gonna make you take it. But yeah, it's when you're healed, you can then share that with everybody, and it's such a beautiful thing. So yeah, we're each unique, and when you're healed, you can become a healer, and that's the only way that you can heal. That's the only way you can be a healer, is by being healed. If you're still in pain, I challenge you to examine that. Sure, do we get over everything in our life? No. There are certain things I can't counsel people on. I can't counsel people on child abuse or anything like that, but I can counsel people on, being in bad relationships, and even, spousal abuse and physical abuse. I can do that. I can't do the child thing, though. That's just too much for me. I can't watch it. I can't participate in that in any way, shape, or form, but I will be an advocate for children and for women and for anybody who's being abused. Anybody. But, you have to come to a point to where you have obtained some healing, or you are healed, and say, Lord, use me. And I hope that my videos today, and every day, I hope that you'll come and visit me every day. I have a new talk every day. I hope that you guys find them healing. I share my life with you, and I do it not because it's a comfortable thing for me to do, but I do it because I genuinely want to help people see that there's more to life than what the world is telling them. So, I hope that you get value. And if you get value, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Come back every day. I either have new content or new talks. It just depends on weather. Right now it's clouding up again. I can tell it's going to rain it says 3 o'clock. We're going to have a big thunderstorm. Yesterday it blew all my plants over. Oh my Lord. But anywho, stay on that road to healing. Healing is not good. It's not fun. But it's necessary. And then you can help other people. And that's a wonderful thing. So my very last card of this deck is Stay Strong. You're resilient and you're brave with, I'm sorry, the printing is so small, with unwavering support. I may have already done this one, I'm not sure. But again, it never hurts to talk about some of these twice. So, staying strong. If you see somebody who's strong, tell them. Say, oh my goodness, you're so resilient and so strong. I'm so proud of you. Can I pray for you? Is there anything I can do to help you? Give them the card. Give them an attaboy card. Give them a hug. Kindness is free, everybody. It's free. So it's just being generous and kind and letting people know that they're lovable and that they're worthy of being loved. For so many years, I didn't heal. And I didn't heal because I felt like I had done so much in my life. And I was so dirty in the eyes of God that God would never forgive me. It's just not true. It's not true. Once I was able to come to a point to where I was able to let go of all my abuse that other people had done, my participation in it as well. I'm just as much guilty as they are. But once I was able to come to, see that, I had a part in it, but there was a reason, and you have to decipher the lesson from that. And the lessons they're not easy, they're painful. But we're meant to go to the forging fires of life. We're meant to go there, examine it, go through the fire. I don't mean a real fire, but just disclaimer. But you have to go through the fire. It will cleanse you. And then you gotta own it. If you say, Lord, forgive me, and you get your answer, you have to own it. You can't grab those memories back. You can't hold on to them. You can't pack them in a backpack, your pain and your agony and your suffering. I just know people who are doing this, and it's just, it's hard to watch them do that. But you know what? You can scrape all of that off of you and say, Lord, thank you. Thank you for forgiving me. I'm going to examine what has happened to me, my actions, for the lesson. But don't swim in that too long. Because when you swim in things too long, it's kind of like avoiding moving forward. Yeah. Does that make sense? So you can say, yeah, I know that's true. And then, you go back and you do the same thing again. Or, it's like me, I had a very bad relationship, and, I lost restaurants. I had to totally remake my life. My life was in shambles 5 years ago. And I did take, some time. But once I got to a point where I said, you know what, God has forgiven me. And I knew that that was the deal. I let it all go. And peace and tranquility has come into my life. And I truly pray for each of you that you'll be able to reach that tranquility and peace in your life. And one of the only ways that I've done it is through my relationship with God and through owning the forgiveness. A lot of times we'll meet people, or we'll be in a marriage or a relationship, and you're going, God, is this the right person for me? And you get the answer no, and you keep working.